My point of talking about or saying that romantic relationships are not for me, or self-love videos, and just the videos that I have been creating lately in my child-free videos, my whole purpose and point is for women to choose what is best for them and think for themselves, not be bullied into doing something or not doing something, not be shamed or guilt tripped into doing something or not doing something. I want us women to choose what makes us so happy and to make sure that we're choosing that for ourselves and no one else. That is my main point. I don't hate men. However, like I said on my last video, I'm not coming off of my pedestal again for many different reasons. All of my, like I said, focus is going to myself. But like I mentioned also in my video, for the women who still have hope, for the women who are going through the pain but want to give it another try, I was literally feeling that way a year or months ago, a year ago. You know, I wanted to, I've always been the type of girl, no matter how many times I've been hurt or a relationship did not work out, I was always the type of girl who wanted to do it again because I was a lover girl. I was always the type throughout high school, throughout college, that wanted to always be in a relationship, a romantic relationship. I also still was a girl's girl too. Even though I was a person who wanted to be in a relationship romantically, I always wanted my girlfriends in the mix. Like, I always wanted to be in a group of friends, or at least have one or two good friends. But with me saying this, like I said, I just want us women to choose what's best for us. We have our many different reasons as to why we are choosing what we choose at whatever moment in our lives. And I guess I can get into a little bit of reasons as to why I'm also choosing to not be in a romantic relationship, not just based off what I said before. When I used to get into romantic relationships, unconsciously I used to start to neglect myself. And when I say neglect myself, of course I used to take a bath and eat. I mean on a soul level. Like, I used to never spend time with myself. I didn't know what I liked. I didn't know what I didn't like in people or just life, because I was so caught up into being with someone, into someone else loving me, instead of me figuring out what that looks like for myself. What does loving myself look like? I had no time, or I didn't give myself time to even figure that part out. Even in my last relationship, like, of course, when you are in a romantic relationship with anybody, it's like you're sort of obligated to talk to them every day, spend time with them every moment you can, make sure their needs are met, make sure they feel loved, make sure they feel appreciated. Like, it's just a lot that goes into that shit. And it's not that I don't want to be that or do that for people in general, because I want to make sure my friends feel loved. I want to make sure my mom feels loved. But romantic relationships, it's more pressure in that shit. Like, it's more obligation. It's like a duty you have to fulfill. At least that's how I always felt. In any romantic relationship that I was in, I feel like it was this duty that I had to feel, that I had to be of service all the time. Because as human beings, I do feel like we should be of service to each other, to help each other out just in life in general. But like I said, romantic relationships take way more energy, more work. And with that energy and work you're putting in, a lot of the times the women are not receiving the same thing. And a lot of times the women are not getting any type of reward or benefit from doing all of that. A lot of work that women do, emotional labor. Oh, honey, let's talk about it. A lot of emotional labor is done in romantic relationships when it comes to women and men. There is a lot of unnoticed and unappreciated labor going on. When you, men, if you're not, okay, let me get my thoughts together and process what I'm trying to say. Let me just speak for myself. That way my thoughts can come. I don't want to speak for general, but let's be real. It's a lot of shit. It's a lot of people. Majority. I was doing a lot of emotional labor in my last romantic relationship, and it went completely unappreciated. It was unappreciated. It went unnoticed. It was not recognized, because it didn't come in a physical form, it didn't come in a financial form, it was emotional. And men don't really appreciate the emotional labor that women put in relationships, the emotional availability that we offer, when 9 times out of 10 we are being emotionally neglected, in which to me is a form of abuse. But maybe I could be reaching, I don't know. I just feel like I could never see myself doing that again, because it was a lot, excuse the train in the background, but it was a lot that was taken out of me. It's just not worth it. I'd rather put that into myself and people who appreciate it. Most women appreciate it. I know my friends that I have now, although I wish I could spend more time with them, but I know they got their own life going on. But when I am in their presence, they appreciate my emotional self. They appreciate my emotional availability. They appreciate the sensitivity and the vulnerability that I offer. And I'm just not ever going to be able to I don't see myself ever giving that to a man, because a lot of the times they don't appreciate it in the first place. And that's just being real. They don't. So yeah, that's another huge reason why I'm like, that romantic relationship fantasy thing, baby, it is out the window. It is dead. It is gone. But it's not coming from a place of hate. It's coming from a place of love. Love for myself. I am just now learning what it feels like and what it looks like to love myself. And I'm 30 years old. And age don't really matter when it comes to that. But I'm just saying that it takes time. It takes experiences. It takes realness, being real with yourself. It takes enlightenment. It takes some pain to really figure out and learn what it is, what love is for you, and how you want to show up for yourself, and how I'm going to show up for myself. And I just know no man can do that for me. No one can keep me in a state of happiness. I have to do that for me. No one can keep me in a state of peace. I have to do that for me. So with me knowing that, and with that being said, why would I give my time, my precious, beautiful time, to someone else when I know that they won't even give me a percentage of what I can fully give to myself? Let that train go by, honey. So yeah, I had to let that train go by. And I have to kind of move because the sun is moving. So if I know that I can fully give that to myself, because I keep hearing that, well, you'll never know what real love is if you don't have a child. You'll never know what real love is if you don't find a man. Are y'all for real? Nothing outside of you can fulfill you the way that you can. You are the source of your love. Knowing that no man or nothing externally outside of me can love me the way that I love me, can cherish me the way that I cherish me. Everything else outside of me can be a bonus, right? You know, your friends can love you and respect you and honor you and appreciate you, and that's a bonus, right? But for me, I want to be whole even if I stand alone. Even if I'm literally, and mind you, we're never alone. That's for one. I'm sitting out here by myself right now, but I'm not alone. And I'm not lonely. With the nature, with yourself, God, the universe, divine, you are never alone. Even if you are in a room alone, you are never alone. Period. Yeah, we done moved I don't know how many times. But you know the sun be moving, so we gotta move with her. I'm just choosing me overall. And I just want people to also choose themselves. Even if you are in a relationship. I don't know how that's gonna look, like I said, because I feel like when you in a relationship, it's just a lot of pressure of things you gotta do. But even if you are in a relationship, romantically in a relationship, still do your best to choose you. Make sure you're not neglecting yourself. Make sure your needs are being fulfilled. And I'm not talking about the surface level flesh needs. I'm talking about your spiritual needs, your soul needs, your heart needs, your mind needs. So you won't feel so drained. And if that doesn't work out, you won't feel empty or dead inside, because literally that's a whole nother topic. I don't want to go too far into that, but like, I just want to make sure that we are good, no matter if we choose to be single or choose to be in a relationship or choose to be married. I want us to be good. I really do, because we need it. Women are the source, okay? We are what keeps this thing going, okay? Even if you have kids or not, you still are a creator. You still birth life. I don't need to pop a baby out to produce life. I produce life when I grow in the garden, when I grow herbs. I produce life when I'm talking to a tree. I am the source of that. Every woman is, literally. So don't let nobody make you feel like you're not enough if you don't have a baby, or if you're not in a relationship, or if you just sitting down not doing a damn thing. You still are the source of life.